The holly tree, with its leaves and red berries, is very popular this time of year for decorating houses and making wreaths and other seasonal bits and bobs. But it's also associated with the good folk or the fairies, and was also used in Irish cures. I thought I would do a little Duchas dive and talk about holly as one of the most notable plants of this time of year. Díobh Gnuashla agus Fáilte, hello and welcome. It's Misha Amy the Crafty Kyla, and I make content about Irish history, folklore, food and magic. This is day 4 of 12 days of YuleTube, a short seasonal series where I'm sharing some festive folklore, customs, traditions and history. I usually get my holly from my granny's garden because she has a very giant holly tree down the back of her garden that herself and my granddad planted before he died. So they planted a female and male holly bush, and then 10 years after he died, I think on his 10th anniversary, they actually produced red berries. So she always has ample amounts of holly down her back garden, so I will be going out to get some at some point soon. So in the spirit of the season, I decided to do a little Duchas dive to look into some of the folklore surrounding holly. One of the first surprising things that I came across during this Duchas dive, when I was actually looking for Christmas time Yuletide tradition, was that holly was linked with the good folk. I found various stories, and I will link some of them below in the description, but I found various stories relating to the good folk and holly, either people being warned to not pick holly in certain areas or from certain trees, and also some holly references where it was growing on known fairy forts. And not just fairies specifically, because as you might remember if you did see my Fundamentals of the Fair Folk video, fairies is very much a catch-all term for various different types of otherworld beings. In one particular story that I found based in Donegal, there had been a dance one night in the parish, and there was this fine-looking man that had gone along to the dance, and he danced and then he left. And some people followed him to see where he was going or where he was from, and he disappeared into a holly bush, but they also noticed that he had cloven feet. Another story from Donegal based in Glenties said that someone's uncle knew of a pot of gold being hidden or buried under the specific holly tree, and that there was a large flag at the site and a black cat that was guarding the gold. In that particular account as well, they believed that the gold was left there by the Danes, or the Danish, who had been beaten in a fight around that area. Whether or not that's true or not, there are so many stories linking the good folk to holly bushes. There are various different stories about people having awful things happen to them after they touched one of the holly bushes. So if you're going out this year to get holly to decorate your house, just make sure that you know where you're getting it, that you know it's safe, and also if you are foraging wild holly, that you're giving something back as well. Better to be safe than sorry. I also found references to holly being used to protect against evil spirits or also witches. There's a story that's recorded on Duchas in County Waterford that says a blessed branch of holly was used to protect against the fabled and legendary witch Petticoat Loose. But that seemed to have more to do with the holly being blessed than anything else. Overwhelmingly, the references to holly said that it was used as decoration. So the hearth would be decorated around windows, doors, mirrors. People would string leaves of holly together, make archways, make wreaths as well for doors or for putting on graves. I also found a few references to not bringing holly into the house until it got to Christmas time, and also not throwing the holly out or away until after the 6th of January, which is Little Christmas. In County Longford, it was believed that not decorating your house with holly for Christmas was very unlucky, and that failing to do so would arouse anger in evil spirits. On Christmas morning specifically, bringing a branch of holly into the house and reciting the following: "Holly, blessed holly, ever so green, banish evil spirits though unseen." Sounds a little bit like a spell to me. Throwing out holly as well is noted as being very unlucky before the 6th of January. And you might remember last year I did a video on Little Christmas, which is the 6th of January, which is typically when you will leave your decorations up by. Although in Tipperary, it's noted that you should take all your holly down before the 6th of January, not necessarily throw it out, but take it down, or you would be inviting a misfortune on you throughout the following year. A pishogue, or superstition from County Cavan, says that it was unlucky to bring holly into the house before Christmas time, and it was also unlucky to strike bird, man or beast with a holly stick. I'm pretty sure if you tried to hit somebody with a stick of holly, they would probably hit you back. So yeah, pretty unlucky. Holly was also used for some cures. Like I said in my Curious Cures video, I am not recommending these cures for curing yourself of these afflictions. I am not a doctor. Do seek medical advice. So in County Offaly, to cure a fever, there's a record of hanging holly over a door. And in Selbridge, County Kildare, there's record of using holly to cure chilblains by beating the feet with the stick of holly. I don't know about that one. In Donegal, holly was also used for divination, specifically to find out how long it would be until you got married. That record says that it's an old saying on Christmas night to pull a leaf of holly, and then depending on how many jags or points there are on the holly leaf would be how many years before you got married. Holly is also associated with various different place names around Ireland. Crillin is the Irish for holly, so various different Cullen anglicised place names will be associated with holly. So Moycullen is the plain of holly, and Slieve Gillian or Slieve Grillen is the mountain of holly. So Sinead, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the holly folklore, and as always, if you do have any other holly folklore that you would like to drop below in the comments, please do. I always love hearing additional folklore that I haven't featured in videos. If you would like to support my channel and my content making, you can do so by buying me a coffee on Ko-fi, or you can also sign up to Ko-fi memberships. I will leave a link down in the description below. If you haven't already, you can also check out the other 12 days of YuleTube videos, and I will be back tomorrow with another one. Gurb mila magadás teacht. Thank you very much for coming. Agus slán go fóill. See you soon.